First thing on the list for this morning, once I've got Jasper off to preschool, I'm going to try and, I don't know.
There's a rabbit under the car.
Is it a rabbit? Oh, there is a rabbit under the car. That's a strange place for a rabbit to live.
Oh, it's going all the way to rabbit.
Yeah. Why is the rabbit living under there, I think?
Rabbit, come out.
Why is there a rabbit under my car?
He's good out now.
He's on the other side, isn't he? Right, let's get you in. This is at preschool, and I'm in a hardware store. I want to get some easy varnish, some black spray paint, because, you know, I like black, and oh, there's something else as well. Oh yes, and some kind of foamy kind of strip that I can pop in the gap, just so that it's not wood on wood, because otherwise I'm worried that the wood will sort of over time just get sort of pushed in and the whole thing just won't work as well as it does at the moment. It looks like the right sort of thing. It's raining. That's the reason why I want to get this board all sealed up, because if I don't sort of seal the edges where I've made cuts and drills and stuff like that, water's going to get in, and then I don't know what's going to happen. Well, I'm quite far up with my editing at the moment, so it's handy because it gives me the time to mess around trying to sort out my board. Anyway, tomorrow I think what I'm probably going to do is head into London, because Jasper's doing his longer day at preschool again. So I'm going to make the most of that opportunity to actually, you know, go for a little skate along embankment, something like that. Yeah. I'm also hoping the weather's going to be a bit better. Right, I've got my coffee, and I put a bit of varnish on this morning. I'm just going to pop a little bit of super glue on all of these nuts. Also, I think I'm going to try and put a strip more grip tape along there as well. I've got a bunch of this foamy stuff. Not quite sure which one I'm going to use, but one of them I'm going to put along the edge here when it's dry. The other bit I'm going to put right on, oh, I don't know if you can see it, right here, just to try and reduce some of the rattle. Right, I have now WD-40'd all the bearings and made sure that the wheel nuts are at an appropriate level of tightness. I've also tightened up the trucks appropriately and removed that annoying plastic that was round there. Yeah, I'm in good shape. I'm just waiting for the old varnish to dry now, and then I'm gonna go grab Jazzy from preschool. A piece of EV news that I've bumped into. BMW CEO Harold Kruger is, as far as I can tell, basically saying that BMW is going to concentrate on electrifying its existing range, which I take to mean plug-in hybrids and weak hybrids, rather than producing any new pure electric vehicles. So it's certainly a strategy, but I don't think it's a very sensible strategy, and here's the reason why. If anything's become clear over the last few years, it should be that automakers really do take a couple of years to design a whole new vehicle. If they don't get started right now, by the time Model 3 is out and Mercedes and VW and all the others are bringing out their long-range, reasonably affordable electric cars, where will BMW be? It's not that the i3 isn't a great car, because I do think the i3 is pretty good. It isn't going to stand toe-to-toe with a Model 3. Come on, Jasper, it's gone now, the tractor. And honestly, I don't think it's going to stand toe-to-toe with even the longer-range Nissan Leaf. But it'll take them, I reckon, at least 2 years to turn out a dedicated electric vehicle, a new one. You'd think they'd want to get started with that. Now, don't get me wrong, from a short-term profit point of view, I think electrifying their existing vehicles is a very sensible thing to do, and they're probably going to make a reasonable amount of money doing that. The problem is what happens after that short term. Jasper, I'm just popping out to the summer house for a sec, okay? It's now that time when I need to get my vlog post for the day online, so it gives me the perfect excuse to just nip to the summer house and see how that varnish is drying. Slowly. I really want it basically done so that I can give it a sort of cruise through London test tomorrow. And I'd prefer not to do it with, like, you know, with it not looking done. I think functionally we're more or less there. It's just going briefly back to electric vehicles and BMW's rather mental strategy. I definitely do think they're going to make money with their electrified, you know, existing lineup, but I just don't ultimately, it's not exciting. It's not exciting for me, it's not exciting for you, or for anyone that wants to go out and buy an EV anytime soon. What is the one thing that everybody who drives a plug-in hybrid, by and large, wants more of? They all want more electric range. In fact, ideally, they want to just be able to drive around on electricity the whole time. So why don't you just give that to people instead? Well, my video's finished uploading now. Still not dry, not even nearly. I was also just reading on the Guardian website about a load of VW customers here in the UK who have returned their Golfs, Passats, all these various different diesel, VW, Seat, Skoda vehicles, and they've had the software updated. Sometimes they've had actual sort of modifications made to the vehicles in order to try and get them emission compliant, shall we say. It doesn't look like the end results of that are good. In fact, quite the opposite. Loads of people are moaning about poor acceleration, worse fuel economy, sluggish when it's cold, not sounds like a tractor. Loads of people have said that. Wow, really, VW in this country needs to pull its finger out and actually sort out this mess. That's what I think. Because customers shouldn't have to put up with that sort of performance from a vehicle that they bought in good faith, that was supposed to be a clean diesel, and it turns out that actually it's just a polluting mess, that if you actually make it so that it's not a polluting car, guess what? Performance drops, you don't get the same fuel economy. Oh my word. VW, you've got to do something about this problem. Well, I suppose technically they don't have to do something about it, but they should do something about it. My plan for tomorrow might have encountered a small issue. We're supposed to be having our septic tank emptied tomorrow because we're not on mains drains here. Ugh. And they could turn up at any point during the day. Right, well, I'm pleased you had a good day at work, Soph, and I will see you in a minute.
Alright.
I'm just gonna head back out and see if I can do that spray painting in the dark. Okay, now I'm not gonna take a clip of me actually doing the spray painting because, well, it's dark, so it won't be a good video, and I'll probably just get spray paint on the lens, which would be an expensive mistake. There's a couple more bits I want to do on that, but I should probably wait until tomorrow morning and the paint has dried. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it and share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. I brought it in so it can dry overnight. This is funny. Those hinges are the same hinges, I think, as I've got on my board. Little bit of extra grip tape needed there. I'll wait until the spray paint has dried properly, and then foam along this edge here.